Hey, so this is day 2 of my 30-day challenge to make videos, talk in the camera, and get over the fear, get over the cringe, and start this journey as a content creator. So, what I want to talk about today is happiness. I was just thinking to myself how I missed my vape. I have I have I have right here. I used to light incense. Um, and the way it's sitting, this is exactly how I would sit up my like 10 thread battery vape pen with a cart. It's like I'm going through a rough time right now. My grandmother passed away. I'm writing her obituary. I'm having to talk to all these people, learn different parts of her life, and although it's very enriching and I'm learning so much, it's still very sad. Like there's two sides of the coin. It's bittersweet, and I'm just not feeling great. So I looked over and saw that lighter, and was like, dang, I could really use a hit right now. But I quit. I recently quit at the beginning of October. It's the middle of November, so it's been over a month, and I'm going strong. I don't have any intention of returning. And honestly, I really didn't have an intention of starting, to be fair, but life happens. You don't know any better, or you do know better, but you don't have any real reasons not to. But I've gotten to the point where I don't want to rely on a substance to make me feel a type of way. I don't want to rely on a substance when I am anxious and nervous and out of control. Like, I don't want to be out of control. I want to be able to regulate my system on my own. And so that's why I had to stop with the vapes, and I would do THC, and I was not messing with that nicotine. But either way, same difference because you're still relying on something. And so back to the concept of happiness, I realized that it's not right that you can, take a hit and then get that little instant dopamine hit, get that instant little bit of happiness, little bit of serotonin. It's That's not how it's meant to be, and it costs something. You think you're just being happy for that little bit of time anyway, and it's taking a toll on your body. It's taking a toll on your brain. The chemicals inside of you are getting altered and changed to depend on the substance. And it's not crack or heroin or whatever, but still, it's making it to where instead of relying on yourself, you're relying on a thing. So I thought, like, people aren't supposed to be happy all the time. Life has its ups, it has its downs, and you cherish those happy moments more because they're not around constantly. I'm just happy all the time. I'm just happy. But then I was like, but there are some high energy people who are just naturally in a good mood, naturally just positive, naturally just, they got that positive energy. They're excited and wired for life. And then I realized even with those people, their happiness, it costs something. Those people, who have that good energy, they're just in a good mood all the time. They're not laying on the couch all day watching TV. They're not drinking soda and eating chips. They're not working a job that they hate every day. They're waking up in the morning. They're exercising. And that's the cost of happiness. They're waking up in the morning so they have time to recalibrate, focus on what their intentions are for the day. They're exercising, so they're paying for their happiness and health by having that discipline to exercise. They have the courage to learn who they are and be themselves and pursue what they want in life, whatever their purpose is, instead of going with the flow, going with what everyone else is saying. Don't pursue music, don't pursue content creation, don't do this, it's not safe, get you a steady 9 to 5, get you benefits. They're not listening to everyone else, they're listening to themselves, and they're paying for their happiness by having the courage to do that. And so even those high energy people who seem like they are happy all the time, maybe they are because they're constantly paying the price of that happiness, that discipline. And so it all takes me back to just cause and effect. Everything you do, it has a consequence. You're going to reap what you sow. And sometimes things in life just happens. Like, there is no being happy all the time. There's not. Like, it's gonna go up and it's gonna go down, even for those high energy people, because that's kind of how life is. You can't be one thing all the time. Life got to shake it up a little bit, keep things interesting. And when those happens, you have to know how to write it out. You have to understand the cost, opportunity cost of every action that you take. So even in these little moments, it's like I could really use a little bit of happiness. I could use a little bit of some serotonin. Like, I could use a quick hit. Like, I feel it. And back in the day, I'm acting like back in the day wasn't like it wasn't like a month ago. Back in the day, that's where I would get my happiness from. But now I realize, like, my happiness comes from within. My peace comes from within. And so, I have to finish writing this obituary for my grandmother, but having the honor to do that for her, that's going to bring me happiness, knowing that I pushed through what I was feeling. I pushed through and I produced something that's going to be a permanent symbol of her entire life for generations. It's an honor, and that brings me happiness. Being able to celebrate her life and having my little baby with me. Having my baby with me, like this brings me happiness. Knowing I'm doing my absolute best, that's gonna bring me happiness. Yes, it's gonna be more like, it's not quick. Yes, I'm gonna have to wait for it. Yes, I'm gonna have to wait for the work to be done before I receive the happiness. But I know it's coming, so I can be pretty happy. I can be pretty joyful. But this is how you have to think about it. You can't get trapped in oh, I need it right now. Oh, like, no, I don't. And I'm not going back to it. I can't. I owe it to myself to do better. So it's like, yeah, I would love a quick shot of happiness, but that's not how life's supposed to work. You need to earn your happiness because it costs something. And then when you do receive your happiness, it's well worth it. It's well worth it, and you cherish it so much more because it's not just every day. It's not something that's just, a quick, cheap hit. It's quality. And when I get through with this obituary, that's quality happiness I'm going to receive from the effort that I put in. And that's how it works. There's an effect to every cause, and you want to be happy, you have to cause it, but in a healthy way. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk, and I will see you on the morrow.